If you're new to Helldivers 2, then you might find yourself overwhelmed when you go to purchase a new stratagem. There are a lot of choices, and frankly, Super Earth didn't train you to think.
I'm having one of those things. You know, a headache with pictures.
An idea?
So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'll be recommending my favorite stratagems up to level 10, so that any of these can be easily unlocked within a few hours of downloading the game. So we're going to get started at the Patriotic Administration Center, with our first recommendation, the Anti-Material Rifle. So the Anti-Material Rifle is a great pick for any players that like long-range, versatile weapons. This weapon is effectively a sniper rifle, delivering high-damage rounds that can penetrate heavy armor from long range. One of the best parts about this weapon is the ability to reload while staying on the move, making it effective in all kinds of situations. It can handle heated firefights with bots, use hit-and-run tactics against the Illuminate, and can even be useful against armored bugs too. The nature of the weapon makes it best against bots. Their range is their biggest advantage when compared to the other factions, and this weapon lets you one-up them in that department. If you like sniper rifles in other games, then this is your best option for that category. The Recoilless Rifle. So this is your go-to if you just want a classic rocket launcher. It deals insane damage to just about everything, and is capable of destroying buildings such as automaton fabricators. There are a few downsides to it, like the stationary reload, or the need to carry a backpack for ammunition, so it does require you to play carefully and position yourself well for reloads, but if you can utilize it well, it just might be the best tool in your arsenal. And don't forget about the different ammo types either. You have the standard HEAT rounds for single target and armor penetration, and HE rounds for area of effect damage. I was a recoilless addict for months after it was buffed. It was the only support weapon I was taking into bot missions just because it was wiping the floor with them, and honestly it still does. Consider this one if you're looking for anti-tank weapons. It's definitely one of the best in that department. The Flamethrower. I don't need to explain what the Flamethrower is, at least I hope I don't, but I do want to tell you just how fun it can be to use. It's one of the best flamethrowers in any game that I've played. It just melts enemies. No pun intended. Like other video game flamethrowers, it doesn't have the best range or accuracy, but it penetrates heavy armor and can be used against any faction. It's definitely best against the bugs though. The area denial and raw damage it brings against a horde at close range is unmatched. And this is the exact kind of situation you'll find yourself in when you're fighting the bugs. It's also very good against the Illuminate, seeing as most of their ground forces are made up of the Voteless. It works the same way against them as it does against the bugs. It's also decent against bots, but I find that you'll be outranged most of the time, so it's not useful in every single fight you'll find yourself in. But nonetheless, if you're looking for a good time, then get yourself a flamethrower, you won't regret it. The Autocannon. This is one of the most versatile support weapons in the game. It's similar to the recoilless rifle in many ways. They share the same downsides, such as a stationary reload, and both require an ammo backpack to reload at all. They both have similar ammo types. The autocannon has AP HET on by default, which are standard armor-penetrating rounds, and you can switch it to flak, which detonates in close proximity to an enemy and spreads shrapnel around when detonated. The autocannon can be used in basically any situation against any faction. As long as you're able to use both ammo types effectively, they can take on any enemies, really, in any situation, and on any difficulty too. It's always capable of packing a punch no matter where in the galaxy you bring it. So consider grabbing this if you're looking for something versatile, reliable, and powerful. Now let's move on to the Orbital Cannons. We're going to talk about some barrages in this section. Specifically, the 120mm barrage, the 380mm barrage, and the walking barrage. These barrages bring the most explosive devastation out of any orbital strike in the game. Each of them are able to destroy buildings and deal damage to any enemy in the game. The 120mm is the smallest in terms of spread and payload, but that's not exactly a bad thing. It's great for controlled barrages against enemy territory, and can easily destroy something like a bot outpost or a bug nest. Don't sleep on this one just because it has a smaller number. The 380mm is a bigger and dumber version of the 120mm. It has a massive spread, and each shell deals incredible damage in a wide radius. It's frankly a very easy way to get yourself or your teammates killed if you're not careful. Communication is key with this one, and always make sure that your squad is far away from the stratagem beacon. The walking barrage is the most unique out of these three. It progressively moves in the direction that you threw the stratagem beacon. It will start out near it, and then move on in that direction over time. So this one is perfect for making a slow advance into enemy territory. You still need to exercise caution with this one though. It fires the same shells as the 380mm barrage, and it's not perfectly accurate, so you'll need to keep some distance between yourself and the perceived area of impact. Overall, these are just three great options for a devastating orbital barrage, and which one you want to pick will depend on your preferences and possibly which faction you're fighting. Now we're going to switch over to the Hangar, with my sole recommendation for this category, the Eagle Strafing Run. I'll be honest, I used to not like this one, but what a fool I was. This thing is seriously one of the best stratagems in the game, especially to a bot diver like myself. We'll start off with the basics on this one. You toss it down, and Eagle 1 will bring down a powerful strafing run that moves in the direction that the stratagem is thrown. So if you position it correctly, it can take out a whole horde of enemies very quickly. You also get a lot of these. Eagle 1 will be loaded with 4 of these by default, and of course can rearm whenever she runs out or whenever you tell her to. My personal favorite part about the Eagle strafing run is definitely the ability to destroy buildings with it. This makes bot outposts into nothing more than a piñata, almost completely nullifying them with a few stratagem balls. It's also effective against bug holes too, if you're into that. Seriously consider picking this one up. It's incredibly useful against every faction and on every difficulty. Now, we're going to move on to the bridge, and my first recommendation here is the Orbital Gas Strike. I like this one for a few different reasons, but mainly for the insane kill count you can rack up with it. We could be talking about triple digits if you line it up really well. Basically, it covers an area in gas, which obviously damages enemies, but also confuses them, slowing them down and making them attack each other. So this is excellent against large hordes of enemies, like the ones you'll commonly see on bug missions, which is definitely my favorite faction to use it against. It's also good against the Illuminate for the reasons I just mentioned. It's great against a horde of Voteless, but it also has a little trick up its sleeve. It can destroy buildings if you hit them directly with it, which is very easy to do against parked Illuminate dropships, making the gas strike something of a multi-tool for dealing with this faction. If you like everything I've said about the gas strike so far, then go ahead and pick it up. The HMG emplacement. The HMG emplacement might not be the best or most versatile stratagem out there, but it is incredibly powerful in the right hands, and most importantly, it's just super fun to use. It's one of my favorites, so just hear me out on this one. Calling it down and hopping on the turret to start or finish a fight always feels great, and it's something I love to do whenever I find myself using the same old stratagems over and over. But let's talk about what it can actually do. Contrary to what the description states, it can actually penetrate heavy armor, and it doesn't turn as slow as it used to. Each bullet can deal a hefty amount of damage, and with the heavy armor penetration, that makes it perfect for fighting 90% of enemies in the game. It is best against the bots for sure. They don't always clump up and rush you the same way that the bugs do, for example. But if you're diligent and always shooting the nearest enemy, watching your flanks and keeping your head on a swivel, it's great against all factions. The hardest part about using it though is definitely the positioning. You have to really think about it. You have to place it somewhere that is easily defendable. High ground is a good spot, so just keep that in mind. Definitely grab this one if you like to just mow down enemies, or if you like to play defensive missions. Now, we're going to move on to the engineering bay, with my first recommendation here being the supply pack. Do you want to be a walking resupply beacon? Do you like playing as a support? Do you like having more ammo than you know what to do with? Then grab the supply pack and start using it. It comes with 4 resupplies to give to yourself and your teammates. Ammo, grenades, stims, everything. You will want for nothing when you bring this backpack into a mission. You can come in clutch for your team when they're low on supplies between fights, keeping everyone stocked and ready to get back into the battle. So definitely grab this one if you consider yourself a team player, which I hope would be everyone watching this, but you never know. Seriously, there's not a lot to say about this one. It's just really goddamn good, so get out there and try it. Next up, we have the grenade launcher. Do you like grenades? I'm going to assume the answer is yes, and in that case, you'll want to give the grenade launcher a try. I'm sure that I don't need to explain what it does. It's a belt-fed grenade launcher that fires grenades at a high velocity. The first thing you're taught to do with grenades as a new Helldiver is to close bug holes with them, and this thing is exceptionally good at that. Every belt has 10 grenades, enough to close up huge bug nests without needing to reload. It does great damage with a generous explosive radius. It may not penetrate heavy armor, but it definitely makes up for that with its damage output. This is another one of my favorites to take against the bugs, but it's also pretty good against the Illuminate. It can destroy their Tesla towers and their parked dropships once you destroy the shields. It's not bad against the bots either, but they're a bit too armored for it to be consistent against them in my opinion. Plus, trying to shoot a grenade into a fabricator is a lot more difficult than just tossing one in. But if you like grenade launchers in other games, definitely give this one a try. Now, we're moving on to our final category, the Robotics Workshop. And we'll start this category off with the Machine Gun Sentry and the Gatling Sentry. These two sentries are very similar, so I'll just pair them up and tell you why they're worth getting. They both fire the exact same ammunition, so a bullet fired from each of them is the exact same. They penetrate medium armor, and they have respectable damage. The Gatling Sentry has a vastly higher fire rate and ammo capacity, both of which are around 3 times better than the Machine Gun Sentry. So you might think that the Gatling Sentry is strictly better, but the Machine Gun Sentry has one huge benefit. It has an extremely short cooldown for a sentry, only 90 seconds by default, with the ability to reduce it further by upgrading your ship. So every minute and a half, at least, you can call in some extra automated firepower, which is just as good as it sounds. The Gatling Sentry is definitely better if you're defending an area for any extended amount of time, but the Machine Gun Sentry can be used basically anywhere, at any time. Both of them are worth picking up, and you could even run both in a single mission. Nothing wrong with that. Sentries are incredible in Helldivers 2, so don't sleep on them. Even the basic ones like these have their pros, and they're worth taking into any mission. And last, but certainly not least, the Guard Dog. If your teammates are failing to watch your back, then you'll want the Guard Dog. It's like if you gave the specialist drones from XCOM 2 an assault rifle. It's a backpack, so all you need to do is throw it on and you'll have this drone protecting you and helping you out in a fight. The Guard Dog itself comes equipped with a Liberator Penetrator, meaning that it can penetrate medium armor and deal good damage at the same time. It's essentially like having an automated turret that always follows you around, and it's a headshot machine too. It is super accurate and it rarely misses the enemies that it's targeting. However, there are a few things that you'll have to keep in mind when using the Guard Dog. It has to return to the backpack to reload, so it doesn't have a 100% uptime, and it has its own ammo supply, so you need to keep yourself resupplied in order for it to keep working. It will also fire on any enemies near it, so if you're trying to sneak past a patrol or an outpost or whatever, don't forget to disable it. By default, this can be done by hitting down on the D-pad on your controller, or 5 on your keyboard. I recommend the Guard Dog if you find yourself getting flanked often, or if you're using primaries that aren't as versatile as a typical assault rifle, like a marksman rifle or a shotgun. It also pairs well with arc weapons like the arc thrower or the blitzer. You can use these weapons to stun enemies and deal damage, of course, and let the Guard Dog finish them off. It's a pretty great 1-2 punch. And there you have it. More than a dozen stratagems you can unlock before level 10 that I would personally recommend. But don't just take my word for all of this. Make sure that you try out some stratagems on your own time. There are tons of stratagems in this game, and we all like different things, and you can make some really fun loadouts by mixing and matching and just trying different strategies, really. If you've watched all the way through this, then make sure to leave a like on this video. That helps me out a lot. And make sure to subscribe for more Helldivers 2 videos. If there are any stratagems that you would recommend to new players, then leave a comment about it. I plan on doing more videos like this Not ranking videos, because I've ranked everything under the sun with Helldivers 2, and I'm getting tired of it. So I'm going to focus on more of these kind of like casual informational style videos. I think they're more fun to make, honestly. And that is about all I have for today, so this is the SES Prophet of Dawn, signing off.